A lot hinges on monsoon in India, where about 50% of net sown area still relies on rains. A deficient monsoon not just hit farmers hard but also the entire population as food prices soar. And as elections are won and lost over inflation, it also keeps the government on its toes. India's retail inflation eased to a 25-month low of 4.25% in May, giving the RBI the elbow room to hit the pause button on repo rate. The central bank's rate hikes by a cumulative 2.5% since May last year, coupled with government efforts, had helped bring down the inflation from a peak of 7.8% in April last year. But Governor Shaktikanta Das is still circumspect. In an interview to news agency PTI, he said, and I quote, "We continue to be watchful on the inflation front. We expect inflation to be at 5.1% in FY24 and we will continue to strive and get it down to 4%. End quote. One of the reasons for his concern is the potential effect of El Nino on the monsoon. While the governor pointed out that food inflation has come down and stated that the Food Corporation of India releasing wheat and rice stocks have also helped, he seemed wary of the impact of impending weather phenomena. The Indian Meteorological Department, or IMD, has predicted a normal monsoon this year. But private forecasting agency SkyMet said that the June-September rainfall is likely to be below normal. So, when the monsoon arrived a week late in Kerala on June 8, fears of deficient rain started gaining ground. But the southwest monsoon has strongly picked up pace over the last 2 days, covering almost all major parts of the country, including Delhi and Mumbai. IMD officials told Business Standard that there is a possibility that monsoon will cover the country by the first week of July, which is normal. So, will the pickup in pace be enough to get the monsoon back on track to fulfill India's water needs for the Kharif season?
I think it's early days because it's only June, and I think it's true that monsoons have been deficient by a little less than 30% as per the latest estimates. Now, I think I must point out that what matters for agriculture production is how it rains in July and in August. So I would say that there is a risk from El Nino, but I think the monsoon behavior doesn't depend on El Nino alone.
So far, rainfall distribution has been uneven. According to the data from a recent Bank of Baroda report, as of 25th June, 23 of 36 meteorological divisions, or 61% of India's total land mass, received deficient or large deficient rainfall. These 23 divisions include Maharashtra, Karnataka, and West Bengal, among others. Delayed monsoon can affect the cropping pattern in the country. The total area under cultivation is lower than the last year by 4.5%, according to the report. Experts believe, therefore, that while the prediction of a normal monsoon is a necessary condition for a regular Kharif harvest, it is not really a sufficient condition. Moreover, the sowing season for Kharif crops, which is considered the main farming season in the country, has now been delayed. How then does this bode for food inflation in India?
Inflation has so far pleasantly surprised. Food inflation is at 2.9%, but it's a very volatile, most volatile component of inflation. The Rabi harvest has been good, so that will reduce inflation in wheat. But the challenge is more on the rice front, because rice is significantly unirrigated still. By the way, rice inflation has already been inching up, and globally is also high. So I think from that perspective, it's important. Spices inflation is in double digits. Fortunately, I think you have the edible oil inflation under control, because that's largely imported and the factors are favorable there. So I would say that to bring cereal inflation down, monsoon is very, very important.
So, is India ready to tackle the challenges that an irregular monsoon may throw up towards the larger goal of tackling food inflation?
There has been a delay in monsoon. So a lot of sowing is yet to take place. That itself will be reducing the yields by nearly 5 to 7 to 10%. Stocks of grains, particularly if you talk of the major grains, that is rice and wheat, I think we have touched a very high level, almost 320 million tons of food production. So our godowns are today full. So that itself is a now check where they will control the inflation. I don't find that El Nino will have a sort of a major challenge that the Indian agriculture, because we are not totally dependent now only on Kharif. We have substantial Rabi and 40-45% area is under irrigation.
Experts point out, therefore, that it's too early to be sure that the recent pickup in monsoon will be enough to keep food inflation in check, and a more uniform and consistent distribution of rainfall will be key. However, they also emphasize that over the last few years, government measures have provided strong buffers against the vagaries of monsoon, and India seems well prepared heading into the Kharif season.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
He's moving from employee to employer. Business Standard.